And we're back with the show. This is Gerald Glassford from Pop Culture Cosmos and Game Source. We truly appreciate you being part of the broadcast here today. And I'll tell you what, we haven't been able to catch up with this very busy individual for quite some time, but we've wanted to finally track him down for a couple of good reasons. First off, uh, we wanted to talk a little bit more about the event recently that he attended, the Unrivaled board gaming tournament here in Las Vegas. Wanted to get his thoughts on that, and then also as well, we wanted to hear this individual's great ideas for board gaming this holiday season because board games now have come back just really just become a true part of the gift giving season. Board games have come back strong. They're so varied and so many different categories that reaches to a whole different demographic of people all over the place now. Board gaming is now cool again. So we're gonna who better to break down everything that's going on in the board gaming world and provide you with board gaming gift ideas than my good friend? He is the man, the myth, the legend behind Mario Party Wars. It's Sal. Well, I'm sorry, it's Salvador Villa. I was going to say just Sal because I always call him Sal and whatnot, but it's Salvador Villa. What's going on, my friend?
I'm doing good, Gerald. How are you?
Good, good, good. Because I'm like, hey, Salvador, Sal. I'm like, Salvador. But anyways, I know you recently attended the Unrivaled event here in Las Vegas. You got a behind-the-scenes look as a member of the press. So I just want to
Mhm.
share. I mean, just share briefly your thoughts on the event itself and what that can do for board gaming going forward.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Unrivaled was in this case, I guess you could call like in this case it was the finals, so it was a tabletop tournament. Various states from different stores got to host different tournaments. For the games that were being hosted, it was Munchkin, Nevermore, Epic Spell Wars, what was it? Villagers and Villains. What am I missing? King of Tokyo and Ascension. There we go. And for each of those games, players got to compete at their local tabletop stores that were hosting the events. And if you won, you actually got a chance to come here to Vegas where the finals were held. And yeah, they did a phenomenal job with the finals here for Unrivaled. Well, first off, they got Will Wheaton, so that was an incredible thing right there because he's one of the main people behind what helped kind of expand tabletop gaming what it was when he first created with Felicia Day the tabletop series on Geek and Sundry. And so that was a big thing, just seeing such an influential person within the tabletop scene getting to come as a special guest to host and just start things off for the event. And then overall, they did a really nice job with the presentations. Like, I guess you could say, like, first off, the venue was awesome. I did enjoy that it was at, what was it, the Paris? Yeah, at Bally's. That was a great venue to actually do this kind of tournament style of for tabletop gaming because it had plenty of space and there was a lot there to go. But yeah, so they had like plenty of judges. They knew like the specific formats for the tournaments themselves. There were hundreds and hundreds of people that were there. And like overall, the community that was there that actually got the chance to go was just like amazing. Like I didn't have any issues with anyone that I met, uh, and I got to make a few new friends along the way there at Unrivaled. And not to mention that there were a lot of support from the tabletop industry as a whole. There were a variety of different vendors, Yellow Games, Blue and Orange, Smirk and Dagger. There were quite a few others, but overall, that was a really great thing to see. I had never heard of tabletop gaming done in a tournament aspect, and that's what I really enjoyed. It's like, wow, so you could actually compete in board games now. And this is like the first of its kind. There's never really been anything like this. It's like its own kind of esports uh, comparison for video games. And overall, I think it was a great event, and I definitely look forward to see what else they have to offer in the future for this, because it could be like the new trend for tabletop gaming as a whole.
I couldn't agree with you more. It sounds like it was something that was very, very important to the tabletop gaming scene, and that you're right, it could become really a part of the esports culture as far as tabletop gaming competitions are concerned. So that's great news indeed. The Unrivaled event. You want to also check out, just Google Unrivaled tournament, Unrivaled tabletop gaming tournament, and it comes right up as far as their website, more information for next year's tournament, how to become involved, and all the great games and partners that they have there. So you want to definitely check that out indeed. But it's almost that magical time of the year, my friend. It's almost the time for gift giving and what I like best, the gift receiving. But be that as it may, there's just so wonderful to have you here. It's Salvador Villa from Mario Party Wars. You want to check out his awesome group Mario Party Wars on Facebook, and want to check out all these things that these crazy kids, as I always call them, as far as not only a devotion to Mario Party and all the tournaments that they hold, but you want to check out all the great things when it comes to what Mario Party Wars is doing, how they're active in the community, and no matter where you're at, you can always be a part of it through their Twitch channels. So definitely some great things indeed with Mario Party Wars, but it is that magical time of the year. Great gift giving is abound, and I want to ask you, you are the man that knows tabletop gaming and board games to a T. So I ask you, what are some great ideas this year for board games as a gift to someone that they love? Or maybe they just have to buy because it's work and all that. But
Right. So I didn't necessarily want to put anything like classic based like Monopoly or Jenga, because for the most part, those are always like good recommendations in general for you to buy to friends, family, your loved ones.
and then if there's a pop culture theme that they like, there's usually probably a version of Monopoly in it.
Oh yeah, definitely. But so this is mostly from personal experience that I've had of games I've tried out this year, and I think games that I think people would really like. I guess I want to touch up first on like more strategic games. Like they're not the easiest to learn, but they're just a whole lot of fun. Um, Two of them that I actually tried out this year. One of them I'm like obsessed with now, and that's Scoville by Tasty Minstrel Games. And this game, you actually are a chili planter farmer, and basically you are trying to make the best chili recipes. You're trying to cultivate the best chili peppers, and you basically play on a board and use your different combination of chilies to try to make the best kind of chili peppers you can find. That will then allow you to make the best kind of recipes. And overall, those factors play into how many points you get and how much you're going to earn out of it. It's a very unique concept. I've never heard of a game doing something like that, where you just plant chilies and try to make the best kind of chili sauces and everything. But that's probably one of my most recommended strategic kind of games for this.
Sounds kind of spicy to me.
Indeed, we call the glass peppers ghost peppers, just because yeah, they're like the king of peppers.
Oh, that they are. But I know you also got a lot of other great choices as well. But I wanted to ask you, Target has always, Target in recent years has become a mainstay for tabletop gaming ideas for a general audience. But if someone wants to go for more of a specialized feel for games off the beaten path, like some of the ones that you may suggest that may not be covered by major department stores, where's the best idea and best places to go to purchase one of these games that you're recommending that may not be at a Target or a Walmart?
So the first one I would always suggest is go to your local tabletop store. Tabletop stores in general are popping up all over the place. It's become one of the new phenomenons, specifically for the industry and for geek and nerd culture as a whole. And so I'm almost guaranteed, no matter where you are, you're going to have a tabletop store somewhere uh, at within your city. And so that's my biggest suggestion, because it's the local tabletop stores that pretty much make this industry grow and happen. So I would always go with those. They're always going to have a wide variety of different games. A lot of them you probably may have never heard of, or you may have heard of, but you just can never find them at like a Target or a Walmart. So that's definitely your best bet. My secondary suggestion would be BoardGameGeek.com. It's one of the largest, I guess, I don't really know what to call the website, but like it provides like information on games. It like the community constantly rates them and provides suggestions as well as feedback and other documents for games. It has literally like one of the biggest tabletop databases, so there's that. And then they always have links to like where you can find the game, whether rented or used. They'll have links provided for you where you can actually get the best deals on those games, if per se you don't have a local tabletop store within reach or within your city.
Or if you want to send it to someone across the country or in another state or what have you.
Well, yeah. So again, like with board gaming specifically, a lot of the links they also provide are like things like Amazon or eBay, which can already provide the shipping for you. Otherwise, you could always talk to your local tabletop store, or you could always do your own kind of specialized packaging and then send it off to your friends and loved ones.
There you go, indeed. But there's more great ideas that you have. So what's cooking as far as great holiday gift ideas in tabletop gaming?
Yeah, sure. So one of my favorite, I've never heard of this party game until like about a month ago, but I like want to pick it up like immediately now. It's called Word Slam by Cosmos, and basically, I don't even know how to describe the concept, but you're on a set of two teams, and each of you are given like four separate decks that contain like one contains nouns, one contains adjectives, verbs, etc. And basically, there's going to be one representative from each team that are going to be given a word, like an object or a place or something. And then using the cards in front of you, you are going to try describing this word to your team. You're not the player who's trying to describe the word cannot speak, cannot move his arms, cannot really do much. He just tries to get his team to guess the word, and it's a really fun game for groups, just because of like how hectic and how entertaining the game gets, because you'll get like really random words. Like one time I got moat, but there was like no way to really describe a moat because like castle wasn't in there and there wasn't really any words for it. So I tried to figure out the best way I could play around with it. I was just like cracking up because my team was having such a hard time guessing the word, and even the other team was having a hard time. And it was just like so entertaining just trying to get them to figure it out, even though I couldn't speak or like tell them really like, hey, you're getting closer to the word, and some things like that. So for sure, that's probably one of my most recommended games for like a large gathering of friends, family, or even people you just want to introduce like tabletop gaming to as a whole. Word Slam by Cosmos.
Sounds very intriguing indeed, and just looks like it's going to be another hit holiday game. This looks like definitely a great choice indeed. So what else you got, man?
Yeah, so actually, I've got a few games here that I actually already own. This is probably a game I would recommend if you like want to mess with your friends, but like in a playful manner. Voodoo by Mayday Games. And basically, with this game, you're trying to get up to 10 points, and you earn these points by casting curses on one another, because you're basically all like Voodoo Masters. And every time you play a curse on someone, which they're represented by cards, it tells them that they have to do something specific. So, like, I can play a curse on you, and it probably force you to make a croak, like from a frog, whenever another curse is played. Or say you have to jump up and down when a magic blue card is played, or something like that. And it's a really fun game because you're basically forcing one another to do like the most ridiculous things while trying to get first. And you also want to make sure that they don't screw up, because those curses are permanent half the time until you mess up or someone calls you out, and then it goes away, but then they're going to cast something else on you anyways. So it's always like this really funny concept of just random things happening to you and you're forced to do them, but you're also doing it to your friends. So definitely, like, it's only for up to 4 players, but for like, if you really just want to get together and like mess with your friends in a really random way, Voodoo by Mayday Games is a recommended game that I would suggest.
Sounds very good, and it looks like it'd be an awesome time indeed, as long as you don't put a curse on me, man.
Duly noted. And then the next suggestion I've got, this is actually by a local independent artist, Ray Neeseth, and by Azure House Games. So that's Azure House Games, and it's called Build Up. So this one's a really simple game. Basically, I would call it like reverse Jenga in a way, because so you're all playing against one another, I think up to 4 players, and you're stacking this giant monument of like random blocks. Some are look like X's, some are really big, some are really small, and you're trying to build this massive thing out of these blocks. But you play cards from your hand that determine what you're going to put on. But you don't want to be the person to knock it down, so you always got to be really careful about what to play, as well as like what you're going to force your opponent to do next. And so I think it plays up to like 3 points, and as long as you survive, you get a point. And so yeah, it's like this really funny concept of building something, but you don't want it to fall down. But you're forced to play cards within your hand to determine what you're going to build. And you could put it in whatever manner you like, and you get like, you pretty much get as much time to put it on, but it's always going to be like, it gets like really hectic at times when the building gets bigger, and you got to start being more clever about where to place your things, especially if it's like a big object. So, but for like a really simple game build up, that's probably one of my most recommended games by Azure House Games.
Okay, that sounds like very interesting indeed, and especially for those that are interested in those block stacking type games, similar to what you said. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, in the vein of Jenga, but not like Jenga. So that's definitely of something a little bit different indeed. So, so what else you got? Right there, that's going to be some great gift ideas for some tabletop games people might like to give this holiday season.
Yeah, so this one I haven't played yet, but I hear this game like popping up like all the time. It's highly recommended, and it's called King Domino, and that's by Blue Orange. And basically, it's like it's a unique way on the actual classic game of dominoes, where instead of using like domino blocks, you're trying to expand the kingdom, and they give you like these different tiles, but you also have to match up the tiles. And it plays a lot like dominoes, where you're earning points based on like how you're matching things. And once everyone builds a 5x5 grid of their tiles, the game ends, and whoever scores the most points wins. So it's one of those like really simple games, but has like an interesting take on a classic game that's already been out in the past. And I mean, although I haven't personally played it, I love dominoes, so I know I would eventually want to play that game myself. And it's easy to learn. It really isn't that hard to pick up on. Even like for those that have never played it, or for a group of friends who have never played it, it doesn't take long to actually learn. So it's a really simple game based off of another classic game, and that I would highly recommend.
And I just checked it out on boardgaminggeek.com. Man, tongue twister this time of the day. Boardgaminggeek.com, and actually has gotten very, very good reviews, right about a 7.4. So that's definitely a solid choice indeed. So any other titles that you think might be a really solid gift this holiday season?
Yeah, so I don't know where my copy is. I don't know why I don't have it on me, but so it's called Shiba Inu House by Renegade. Um, this is probably a game more casually played, but due to the kind of like the frantic nature of how it's played, especially if you have like friends that just love to like play around, I would recommend this game. It's by Renegade Studios, and basically you're given a set of cards of like random Shiba Inu poses. Like that's the main character in the for the game, and then you're all trying to compete against one another to make a specific Shiba Inu position on the house that it's standing on, or like just something random that it's posing as. And you use the cards that are around you. It's double sided, so you have to always look back and forth, and you're trying to make this shape by combining four cards that become the shape of the pose. And basically, it's a quick pace game because all the standings first, second, third, fourth are on the field, and so you want to be the first one to actually make it, and then grab that first place or second place position for getting the more points for it. However, you also want to make sure you don't screw up, because if you don't screw up, you're not going to get anything at all. So you always got to be very careful, but you want to be quick at the same time. So it's one of those like really simple games that like can be very competitive if you have those kind of friends, but can also be really fun at the same time because it's such a quick paced game, and you're trying to look around like, oh, what does it look like this? Does it look like this? Oh, what am I gonna do? Kind of thing. And so yeah, it's like a really simple game with a very frantic atmosphere that I think a lot of people will enjoy in a casual based setting for friends who just want to hang out and things like that.
And what title is that again, and who's it from?
Shiba Inu House by Renegade Studios.
I think that one actually would be an excellent choice because of the fact, like you said, not only is it fast paced, but it also as well is something that for those that don't want to have those extended tabletop experiences, they're looking for something short that the a
Mm-hmm.
whole group can have. This sounds like something that might fit the bill. So definitely, that's an excellent choice indeed.
Yep, it doesn't take no more than 15, 30 minutes per game.
That's awesome indeed. Well, Sal, those are some great ideas this holiday season, and I can't wait to go ahead and not only check all those out, but so many other board gaming ideas that you've suggested over the year. And you can always check out on the Pop Culture Cosmos channels that if the episodes that you've appeared on over the course of a year and all your great suggestions indeed. In fact, I'm going to bring you back hopefully next month with your permission to give me a countdown of your best board game ideas for 2017 overall. So definitely I want to see if we can check that out indeed, provided I can catch up with you, of course. But that
I
being
think that'll be doable.
okay.
It's slowing down for me, so I think that'll definitely be doable.
Good. Definitely, that's awesome indeed. So once again, that's Salvador Villa from Mario Party Wars. You want to check out his awesome group page, Mario Party Wars on Facebook, and you want to check out not only all the great things that they're doing here in the Las Vegas community, but their devotion to Mario Party as a whole, geek culture, and also check out their awesome Twitch channel, Mario Party Wars on Twitch. Check out all their latest action when they run tournaments. They do also during the week. They do first-person shooter. As far as events, as far as that's concerned, and streaming. That you can check out, comment, interact. They're a great community. They enjoy board games. They enjoy Mario Party, and they enjoy just having a great time. Indeed. So, and who better to go to than Salvador Villa himself, the CEO of Mario Party Wars. Sal, as always, because I always just say Sal. Sal, as always, it's just truly a pleasure having you on the show, providing all of these great holiday gift ideas. And I hope you and everyone at Mario Party Wars has truly a tremendous holiday season.
I appreciate the kind words, Gerald, and the same to you as well.
Awesome indeed. Once again, Salvador Villa from Mario Party Wars. Check out their group page today on Facebook and also their awesome Twitch channel.